Hello, my name is Coach Steve, the Affordable Life Coach. If you're interested in a free consultation, just shoot me an email. It's in the description. And then after that, it's ridiculously affordable. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing if you like this type of content. There's two paths that people take. One path is to the path of worldliness and to climb that ladder of social, economic, political status, career status, and just seek out the short-term rewards and benefits that gives us. And then the other path is the narrow path, and we just don't want to have, we want to have at least a minimal amount of possible entanglement with the other path of the worldly path. And that path is a path of adventure, self-discovery, self-reflection, growth, spirituality, and a hunger, a mind that just seeks out truth and has a hunger for truth. And going down that path is not easy because you're going to get left behind and you're going to feel like you're missing out on something when you compare yourself to the people that are walking the worldly path, that are buying houses, that are getting six-figure high-paying jobs, that are having children, getting married, buying nice cars, and on and on and on. The worldly path is very intoxicating in the short term, but people don't consider what the sacrifice is. When you walk down the worldly path, there's an opportunity cost, and you miss out on so much by pursuing the alternative path that is very simple. It doesn't require a lot externally, but it just requires courage, truth, boldness, integrity, honesty, self-reflection, and most importantly, an open mind. And on my particular journey, one of the biggest benefits that I had that really helped me to discover who I am and to just evolve to the person that I want to become is just being open-minded and willing to listen and to even seek out people that don't think just like us. Because if you find you surround yourself just with people who think like you are going to stagnate. And there is a crisis it's worldwide and in our politics, our educational system, of diversity in thought. Everyone, that's the buzzword, it's diversity and inclusion. And what I found is that there is discrimination against people who have diverse thoughts. They're not included. They pay a price, and I've experienced that from a young age. I was always the black sheep. I never exactly thought like everybody else, acted like everybody else, believed like everybody else. Thank goodness, I was a free thinker, and there were times when I did conform and suffered spiritually or suffered psychologically because I didn't like the person I was becoming, and it just eroded my self-confidence. But I was always just thankfully had an open mind, and I would talk to, and I went and visited, I met like Hare Krishnas. You know, the ones that you find them at the airport. It's Indian sector group, and they play the drums, and they have like the shaved head and the ponytail and things like that. And I met one, and I'm like, I want to learn from you. I want to talk to you. I want to see what you believe. And he even invited me back to his place, and I saw his humble abode with just a mattress laying on the floor, a desk, a few books. And it was just so exciting to meet somebody from a different culture, different world that just didn't think, and a different religion that didn't think like me. I was like, wow, this is something that is shaping me in a positive way and immersing me in things that I normally wouldn't expose myself to. And the list goes on. I've been to all black churches, and I was warmly greeted. It was me and my friend, and we were the only two white people in the whole. It was a big church in Los Angeles. I can't remember the name of the church. It was a while back, and we were so warmly greeted. The preacher said, "I'd like everybody to give our guests a warm introduction," and everybody just automatically looked at us because we were probably one of the few people that were visitors. But we just kind of stood out, and it just we're so accepted, and there was so much passion in the service, and I really enjoyed that. And going to a synagogue and experiencing that and learning from that, very interesting. And talking to people from even like, a lot of people, when a Jehovah's Witness knocks on the door, people say, go away, or they don't want to answer the door. When I was younger, I would talk to them. And sometimes I would even invite them in, and I would sit down, and I really wanted to see what they believed. And that excuse me, that to me, that is the greatest attribute a person can have, is an open mind. And we have preconceived notions about all different types of people, different types of beliefs, and we tend to put them in a preconceived box filled with judgment, filled with criticism, and filled with self-righteousness. That's wrong. What you believe is wrong because of this, and that, and what I believe is right. I would even talk to atheists, and I was one, and I would love to hear what they had to say and why they believed what they believe. And as long as there's a healthy dialogue, and it doesn't become one person trying to shove their religion or their belief system or their ideology around down the other person's throat, it's a beautiful thing to experience diverse thoughts. And it's just so rare. I was even, for many years, I was a vegan because I was so curious about vegans, and I would talk to them and ask them why they believed what they believed, and research the health benefits of it. And it's just fascinating to talk to different type of people. That's the only way we grow. If you are surrounding yourself only with people that think just like you and confirm what you already believe, you're going to stunt your spiritual, mental, psychological, emotional growth. And that's what we do. And I can understand why people keep how they really feel. Now, I talked about religions, we talked about veganism, and we could even talk about diversity in political thoughts. I love talking to people from both sides of the spectrum, as long as they're open-minded and they're not judging me and calling me labels and trying to shut me down, because that only creates animosity, and it creates a negative association to the other side's belief. Like, the best way to attract someone to what you believe is just to share it in a loving, kind, open, peaceful way. Like you're expressing and sharing something that another person is curious about. And there's just so much divisiveness. And it's very easy for us as human beings to shut ourselves down because the consequences of sharing who you are can be real. People can judge you, people can ostracize you, you can get fired, you can get kicked out of the group. And that is really sad, but what's even sadder is not to be who you are and not to find other people that you can connect with that are open-minded. It's just open-mindedness it's really dying. Everyone has their heels dug in and believes what they feel is the right way. And this even goes for non-religious people, like atheists and agnostics. They could be some of the most dug in, self-righteous, that their way is right, their belief is right, people that you met, and they'll hold it against you if you don't agree with them. And that is sad, because our connection with each other is so much deeper than just our belief system, our religions, or that we have to agree politically. I love watching not corporate news, but independent news or reporters from both sides of the aisle and spectrum. And it just keeps you balanced. It keeps you getting into the trap of the confirmation bias and the self-righteous bias. And what's really exciting about all of this is when you do have that open-mindedness and it's just curiosity, have that curious approach with people who have diversity in thought, you have some incredible conversations with people. I've had some amazing conversations with people in my travels, people in coaching, and we don't agree on many things. But why does that have to be the glue that binds us? Even in romantic relationships, I get clients and like, well, she doesn't like this or he doesn't like that, or we have different values. And I tell them it's not about those things. It's about the core of a person. That's what matters. Are they honest? Do they make you laugh? Do you have fun with them? Are they a good listener? Are they caring? Are they loyal? Are they devoted? Sometimes I think we get so focused on we have to be in alignment with everything. Now, some things you do have to be in alignment if you're going to get married. You want something, like if one person is completely irresponsible with money and the other one isn't, that's going to affect you. But let's just lighten up and loosen up and enjoy each other's company regardless. Obviously, I'm saying regardless of how people look. But I think that's where, in the political debate today, that's what we focus on. It's just the packaging of our soul, the packaging of our being, instead of who we are, what we value, what we believe in, what we stand for, and getting to know the person and not just judging them by the color of their skin or their religion. It's just a sad testimony to how divided we can become when we look at the superficial things. I don't care what a person believes. if I can have an open, honest, and most importantly, deep conversation with them, those are incredible. They're incredibly rewarding and fulfilling. And finding people like that is like it's, oftentimes a needle in the haystack. But it's really, that's the glue that bonds us. Is it's even exciting. I'm usually the one in conversations asking the questions when I meet someone new, or I meet a stranger, or I'm just even oftentimes just talking to friends and stuff. Like, I'm the one who's asking the questions and just reciprocating. That's even a rare thing, where people ask about you and they're curious about you, and you feel safe with them, that you can express what you believe, who you are, without negative consequences, without feeling like they're going to hold it against you or judge you for it. I'm not saying let's be judgment free. There are things that need to be judged, and there are things that where people harm other people, or doing terrible things, or they're trying to impose and shove their dogma and ideology and political beliefs down our throats, and censoring us. There are things that we need to take a stand for. But that is, sometimes in coaching sessions, my clients will say, like, how did you get to the place where you are? Not like they're like praising me, but just like my way of thinking, my values. And the most thing is just talking and being with and traveling really helped me with that. But I even seek it now. It's hard to find, but I seek it out now. But just being with people who have divergent viewpoints, and being curious and being open-minded. One of the most challenging things for me is dealing with people that are just completely closed-minded, or are just, like I said before, they have their limited preconceived notions, and they're going to use that as a box or a prison that they're going to put you in. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. And then when you feel judged for it, you feel like, I can't be myself around this person, because they are going to use what I tell them, what I share with them from the bottom of my soul and heart, against me. And let's not be those type of people with other people. And I know I've erred on this, and I've made this mistake, and it's something that I'm continually working on. But it's a beautiful life, and that is something that we can all agree would connect us in these divisive times, is just diversity. And we don't have to believe what they believe. We don't even have to accept what they believe, but just allow them to be themselves, and allow them to be able to share and express who they are without just without judgment. It's coming from a place like, I want to know the person behind the mask or the image that we portray, because that's what we do, is we portray an image. We have an image that we are, a mask we wear at work. We have a mask that we wear oftentimes even with friends and family. And a big part of that is because you want to talk about safe space. People, I imagine, and again, this is something that I grew up with. I was always different, and I learned it's better to just keep silent than to share who you are when you know it's not going to be accepted. But that's just a cowardly way to live, unfulfilling way to live, and prevents you from connecting with people that you would have a deep bond with. And so an open mind, an open heart, an open soul, and being curious about other people, and not just seeking out people who are going to agree what we believe in are just like us. It's just not a healthy way to evolve as a human being and to reap the benefits of deeper, meaningful connections with people from all religions, from all walks of life, from all political beliefs. And that's basically the message today. And I would be curious of your thoughts. How accepting in the comments, how accepting are you of people who don't think just like you or don't agree with what your present day value system is? How often do you seek them out? And is that something that you'd be willing to do if you don't do it, after watching this video? So thanks for tuning in. If you'd like very affordable life coaching, send me an email in the description. And my favorite people to meet are other black sheep. Like, I love people who just think differently from me, because that's just the best way to grow. And so if you are a black sheep in white sheep's clothing, even more so, feel free to reach out. If you're a white sheep and you want to be grayer or move in that direction, please feel to reach out and coaching. That's one of the primary focuses in my coaching, is that deep inner work. And it's not just about goals and habits and things like that. So send me an email. If you'd like to support the channel, even with a minimal donation, it's greatly appreciated. There's a PayPal link in the description. And again, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. And it's a small group, but very loyal. I get emails and comments. People have been watching my channel for 5, 10 plus years. I've been coaching now for 13 years, a little over 13 years. And I just want to thank you for all your support, and look forward to the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.